the Comma in Sports Network.
NFL Nation, how you doing? Come on in. Welcome to the Turning Point. I'm your host, Dolph Jackson, baby. Now, it's not the Saints juice of the day, but listen, baby, we're in the building today. We go take a look at the latest news. What's going on in Indianapolis? As you all know, the 2026 NFL Scouting Combine is on and popping, man. We know this is where a lot of willing and dealing goes on this week in Indianapolis. This is where trades are formed, and this is where kids rise up the board or fall down the board just because of how they run and work out this weekend. But listen, you get to see how athletic these kids are, how fluidly they move. So it's a great avenue for these kids here in Indianapolis, man. Looking forward to it. What's good, man? Atlanta Falcons Fandemic is in the building. My brother Cowboy is in the building. Cowboy, how you doing? Come on in. All right, I see Slim South is in the building. Slim, my boy, how you doing? Big Val, stay ready, baby. How you doing, Val? Come on in, man. Listen, let's jump into some news going on around the NFL today, family. First of all, the NFL announced that the 2026 salary cap will be set at $301.2 million per team this season. So the cap does jump up about $22 million this year. That is good news for cap-strung teams, man. Really good news. And there was an article that was written there, published by the NFL staff, say NFL teams were informed today that the cap would be $301.2 million per club. This figure is on the low end. Now, it was said that it could be anywhere between 301 and 305, so it was on the low end. But listen, that's a $22 million increase from last year's cap of $279.2 million per club. So the cap, it continues to grow. In 2024, the cap was set at $255.4 million. And in just 4 years, it has eclipsed $200 million threshold. And it was just 4 years ago when the cap eclipsed, $200 million in 2022 at $208.2 million. Now, what does this mean? This means, hey, free agency begins March the 11th. I see all my who that's coming in here. Thank you all for being in here, baby. Free agency starts March the 11th. Listen, we're going to have an open conversation tonight. This is just not for my Who Dat Nation. This is for my NFL Nation, baby. This is for the Come On In Sports family. This is for my Substack family. Shout out to everybody watching us tuned in on Substack. So my question is this, family. I want to start it off by saying this. As a GM, as a GM of a team, your number one responsibility I'm asking this question. I need everybody to put your answer in the chat. As a GM, your number one responsibility to your football team, to your fan base, is to do what? Let me know before I go on. Put it in the chat right now. Everybody that's here, put it in the chat. What is it that a GM is supposed to do? That's what I need to know before I go any further. Because I'm going on the spiel. I'm going on the spiel because I got something I got to get off my chest. Now, let's see. James 1, I see you. You also. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. All right, so here we go. Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. Dolph says, how we going to look at it? We're going to look at it like this, baby. All right, so I'm kind of, how should I put this? I wrote the article the other day. Let's just start there. I wrote the article the other day, and the article was talking about how how should I put this? How did I put it? I put it like, you know what? Hell, why don't you just bring the article up, Dolph? Duh. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go home. There we go. We ain't gonna bring it up. We live. They say we live. Let's see. We live, baby. All right, there we go. Dolph is live right there. Now we live on there. Shout out to everybody on Substack, man, who's tuning in. Again, we appreciate you. This is the juice of the day. This is the turning point. I'm Dolph Jackson. And I'm talking about every year during this time, as of course, we got the combine going on, but every year, the mainstream media, they build up a prospect, and the masses, meaning us who are not part of the mainstream media, we hear what they're saying so much till we start to believe and just go along with what they are saying. So, Dolph, where you going with this? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. So let me get this article up there for you. Share the screen with your family. Now, it got me to thinking. So your boy Dolph, my mind started thinking. Now, no, I don't have on the suit. I don't have a downtown office. I don't have a office and team facilities. But damn it, I know football. I know a good player when I see a good player. I know a player who is not as good as he seems to be or as people think he is. I know that when I see it. So, as a GM, Demetrius, I see you, my brother Demetrius is in the house. Come on in. My thing is this. If you're a GM, your number one job is to do what, family? To acquire talent. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong about acquiring talent? That's your number one job. That is to acquire talent. Sometimes I feel like it gets misconstrued. It gets overlooked. So the reason I say this is we know this year that at the quarterback position, the most important position in the National Football League, that Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza is the consensus projected number one player to be selected in this year's NFL draft. Now, before I go any further, let me just say this. I respect everything that young man did this year. Everything. In fact, here's the article that I wrote. Now, 15 starts or less. And I want, as we're going through this, I want your family in the chat. Let me know if I'm off base with what I'm thinking, with what I'm saying. Let me know if what you disagree with, what you agree with, and hell, add something to it if you like. This is a discussion. And my thing is this. Fernando Mendoza is going number one. Fine. No problem with it. Now, I personally, and I could be wrong, I personally don't think he's that generational talent. He's that franchise cornerstone quarterback to lead you for the next 12 to 15 years. I personally don't think that. That's just me. And I got a right to my opinion. My eyes watch. I see the kid's a winner. There's no doubt about that. But in this article, family, I wrote about the quarterback that many are saying is going to be the second quarterback off the board in the 2026 draft. That's Alabama's Ty Simpson. So here's the article. When quarterback hype outpaces experience, and history tells us how it ends. This isn't an attack on a young man. Let me say that first, and I'm gonna say it loud and clear. This is not an attack on Ty Simpson. This is about patterns, history, and the NFL's habit of talking itself into something it wants to believe instead of something it knows. And that brings us, and that brought me, family, to Alabama quarterback and NFL prospect Ty Simpson. Now, right now, Ty Simpson is being discussed in a lot of rooms around the league as the second quarterback projected to come off the board in the 2026 NFL draft. The problem I have with that is, and we have experience, we have history to back this up. We got receipts to back this up. Ty Simpson just has 15 collegiate starts. 15. That number matters because, family, have we not been here before? More than once? And usually, how does it end? Does it end well? It doesn't. It doesn't. So let us rewind. So let's rewind right now. First of all, what about, you remember Mitchell Trubisky? He entered the league with how many starts? 13. The Bears traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky. Why? Because they convinced themselves the upside was worth the risk. We know how that story turned out. Now, Mitchell Trubisky is a capable backup quarterback, but he didn't turn into that cornerstone quarterback. He was not that franchise quarterback. And then there's Anthony Richardson. Oh, and by the way, today the coach gave Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade. What kind of compensation do you think a team is going to pay the coach for Anthony Richardson? Now, he's young. Teams are going to do what? They're going to talk themselves into Anthony Richardson. Talented, young. I can do it. I can turn him around. I can get the best out of this young man. At Florida, he had how many starts? 13. He is a freakish athlete. Has a cannon for an arm. There's no debate, none of that. But does not experience matter? And development isn't linear. The league bet and the league lost big. The coach bet and the coach lost big. And then who can forget this? Who can forget this? Long as I've been watching football, not in Pop Warner, not in playing street football as a kid or watching kids play football when they did. Where I stay, I ain't see kids play football in 10 years in the street. College football, semi-pro football, video game football, I have never, ever seen a quarterback tap out. And when he tapped out the coach organization. The coach was done. And then there was Trey Lance. Remember Trey Lance? Trey Lance, depending how you count his number of starts, he was anywhere between 16 to 17. Still less than 25, still less than 30 starts in his career. He only had one full season at the FCS level, and the 49ers spent the third overall pick. The tools were there, but the resume wasn't. And I'm gonna talk about the poster child. I didn't put him in this article. But what about Zach Taylor? Remember when we were asking, where I was, where did this come from? Zach Taylor going number 2? Zach Taylor possibly going number 1? Zach Taylor from BYU? Facts are facts. I'm not on here to slander anybody. But what I'm here to show you is what I'm talking about is what they do each and every single year. They build these kids up. They build certain kids up. They build their stock up, and it's not warranted for where they are selected, and they push franchises back for decades. It does. So when I hear Ty Simpson's name climbing the draft boards with 15 starts, I don't panic, but I pause. Because history tells us that when NFL teams draft quarterbacks on projection instead of proof, buyer's remorse usually follows. Now, this is where the conversation, my friends, widens. Now, I don't know if y'all heard this, but I heard this the other day from Mel Kiper as he was doing his most recent mock draft. Mel Kiper in his latest mock draft called Fernando Mendoza the best quarterback in the 2026 NFL draft. No argument from me there. Based on 2025 season, you got no argument from me there. Yes, Mendoza just came off one of the greatest college football seasons we've ever seen. He led Indiana. That's right, baby, the Hoosier State. And we ain't talking about hooping, baby. We talking about on the gridiron to a undefeated season. And by the way, it was a dominant performance by that team. He delivered in big moments. Over and over again, he finished the job with a national championship. He's a gamer. He's a competitor. He's a leader. The kid's a winner. All that is facts. But let's not do this thing we do every single year. Fernando Mendoza is not the best overall athlete in the 2026 NFL draft. I'm going to say it again so you can understand. I mean when I say it. He is not. I'm not saying the kid is not. He's an athlete. Hell, he about to get drafted number 1 in the NFL. Hell, he just won college football national championship. But to say that he is the best overall athlete in the 2026 NFL draft, hell, have you been watching the combine? His athleticism is limited. That's not disrespect. That's evaluation. And make no mistake, the reason this conversation is even happening is simple. He's a quarterback. Just because he's a quarterback, and they go back and listen, they said each and every year, oh, he's the best player in this draft. He's the best because and it's always talking about the quarterback. You go tell me right now, Mainstream media does it every year. They build the narrative. They overhype it. Then they repeat it until the masses accept it as true. Now, I'm going to ask y'all right now. You watch Mendoza play. Incredible season. Historic season. But we really saying he's better? He's a better overall prospect than Caleb Downs? Makai Lemon, we're going to talk about, I don't know what that was when he was on the podium. Jordan Tyson, Jeremiah Love. So I'm gonna pause right there, family. I'm gonna ask the question: am I tripping? Am I tripping? That's right. You can't argue with facts, bro. We can't argue with facts. The kid can ball. The kid, no doubt about it. But you're not about to hoodwink me. Not go lie to me. Not go lie to family members. We see. Is he a good athlete? Yes. Is he the best overall athlete, overall player in the 2026 NFL draft? Hell no. And I said with my chest, 10 toes down. Hell no. Is he a hell of a prospect? Yes. Do I think he is a franchise quarterback? Do I think he's the type of quarterback that can lead a franchise for the next decade? Me personally, I believe the kid is a high-end backup. I could be wrong. Hell, I want to be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. But you ain't about to sit here and tell me year after year after year after year after year that the best player in any particular draft is the quarterback just because that is the prime position in the National Football League. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that to us. Below Zero said, no, you ain't tripping. The kid can ball out, but he's not the best in my opinion. Listen, the kid can ball. Now, I said this a couple weeks ago. Some people think I'm crazy. You know, I might be a little, I might be a little throwed off every now and then. But to me, he is a better version. And really think about this. Y'all, some of y'all already know where I'm going. You heard me say it. He is a better version of Tim Tebow. He's a better passer than Tim Tebow. But is he highly accurate? His receivers caught a lot of 50-50 balls. Listen, there's no denying the kid makes plays when it's time to make plays. And by the way, so did Tim Tebow in college, and y'all know he did. Say what you want. You know he did. He did. All right. Slim says Desmond Bain. Love a Bain. I'm telling y'all right now. Downs? Caleb Downs? Caleb Downs, brother. I'm telling you, that kid there, man. And Sonny. Woo, what about Sonny yesterday? It was Sonny, boy, Sonny had the sun shining on him out there yesterday. Sonny style. He was styling and profiling yesterday. He made him some money yesterday, baby. He made him some money. Would he look good in black and gold? Huh? Answer that question. Who that nation? Would you be mad? NFL Nation, if Sonny Styles was your team's first round selection in the 2026 draft, would you be upset, baby? Would you be upset? I say you wouldn't. I know Dolph wouldn't. I damn sure wouldn't. All right, so let's go. Let's keep going because I ain't through. Now, again, that doesn't take anything away from Mendoza. It puts him in the proper context. And that's the real discussion I want to have with you right now, family. Now, If you drop Fernando Mendoza, think about this, into the last 5 or 6 NFL draft classes, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 3, and 4, 25, all the way through the most recent quarterback heavy drafts, where does he really rank? Is he the clear-cut number one, or does the position inflate the perception? I'm gonna read that again. I'm proud of myself I wrote that. Does the position inflate the perception? Just like it did with Trubisky, just like it did with Lance, just like it did with Richardson, and now potentially Ty Simpson. This isn't hate. It ain't a hot take. This is history talking. Told you I got receipts, baby. I ain't just talking. And history says 15 starts or less is a dangerous place to fall in love with a quarterback. So I'm going to say it right now. Let's settle this right now. Everybody in the chat. If Fernando Mendoza were in the last 5 NFL drafts, you got to pick one. Put your answer in the chat. Would he be QB1? Remember, we just had the draft a few years ago. 6 quarterbacks got took it. QB1? Would he be a top 3 quarterback? Would he be a first-round quarterback but not elite? Or would he be overhyped because he plays quarterback? What's your answer? And while you looking that up, here's what Dolph gonna do. Dolph is I'm gonna look up the last 6 NFL quarterbacks drafts with quarterbacks. Last six NFL drafts. Quarterbacks taken. In round 1. And I'm going to see what it gives me. I don't like that one. Let's see. All right. I got one. Here we go. So I'm going to share the screen. We're going to share this screen here. Okay. Look, man, we're going to go all the way back. I ain't go that far back. That's too far. Yeah, he might have been the second quarterback in this one. All right, let's start here. I say Tim Tebow, so damn it, let's start 2010. We're gonna start at 2010. These were the quarterbacks selected. All right, in 2010. Sam Bradford went number 1 to the Rams. Tim Tebow went number 25 to the Broncos. Hell, he would have been the second quarterback taken because Sam Bradford came out of Oklahoma. I think Sam was deserving of being the number 1 pick in 2010. Remember, we started at 2010. It no 2009. Well, if y'all want to look at it, we can. Because he ain't better than... He would have been the second quarterback taken in 2009. Mark Sanchez, I don't know. Because coming out, Mark Sanchez, there was high hope for Mark Sanchez. But again, another quarterback with limited starts. Josh Freeman. Yeah, 2009, Fernando Mendoza is the second quarterback off the board. 2010, Fernando Mendoza is the second quarterback off the board. 2011, he is definitely the second quarterback off the board. Do you all agree with me about that one? Yeah, Slim says, yeah, just look at Cleveland. Plenty of examples, just look at Cleveland. Gotcha. Below says, is a position thing. Look at the dude from, I just said him. Zach Taylor went to the Jets. It's the same thing. I don't even remember the kid's name anymore. Zach Taylor, bro. That was Zach Taylor from the Jets. That was Zach Taylor. All right. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, right? So we agreed from 2009 to 2011, he would have been the second quarterback off the board. 2009, because Mark Sanchez, yeah, with the season he had just had, yeah, he's number 2. Yeah. All right. And in 2011, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, Kristen Ponder. And the Vikings got another Kristen Ponder and J.J. McCarthy. All right, let's go 2012. Andrew Luck. Hell no, he ain't going in front of him. Let me see. Would he go? Would he have went before Robert Griffin III? I don't know. RG3 was special coming out of Baylor. That's a good debate. Let's go here. 2012. We know Andrew Luck, unanimous, hands down number 1. If Fernando Mendoza would have had the season he had this year in 2012, and Robert Griffin III had the season he had, would Robert Griffin III, would RG3 still have been the number 2 selection for you? Or would you have gone with Fernando Mendoza? Put it in the chat right now. Put it in chat right now. Let me know. All right, JT, have a good night, my brother. Thank you for being here. So here we go. All right. Slim, what you think? Below 0, let me know. What you think, family? Great Raging Cajun, what you think? Let me know. Yeah, I mean, Lord, you said Tim Couch. Man, I actually liked Tim Couch when he came on. He just went to Cleveland. All right, Below 0 says RG3 was a dang good athlete, and if he was able to stay healthy, who knows? Yep. But availability is the best ability. I'll still take him at 2 just on potential without hindsight. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm kind of leaning with you there, bro. I think I'll still go with RG3, but the third quarterback definitely would be Fernando Mendoza. Though Ryan Tannehill, he had a good run with the Dolphins, but yeah, it would definitely be Mendoza and Brandon Wheaton. No. 2013. Now, man, it was some horrible drafts, huh? Look at the quarterbacks would take. This proves it. Listen, love EJ Manuel on college football. He does a great job. But 2013, he went 16 to the Bills. Fernando Mendoza, EJ Manuel. Fernando Mendoza. So Mendoza goes, he's the first quarterback taken off the boat in 2013. Slim said, OG was a dog till the injuries happened. Randy, how you doing? Come on in. What's going on, family? Bro, you see that 2013? Do you? EJ Manuel was the only quarterback selected in the first round. EJ Manuel. No disrespect to EJ, does a great job on college football. All right, now let's go to 2014. Woo! Blake Bortles went 3. Johnny Manziel, 22 the Browns. We know what happened with that. A player that we love in the Bayou, baby. Teddy Bridgewater went 32nd to the Vikings. Does he go before? I mean, if you were to redraft this draft, would you not take Teddy Bridgewater before Blake Bortles? Now, Blake Bortles did get the Jags to the AFC Championship game that time. Now, that's a good question. So answer that question. From this 2014 draft, where would you put Fernando Mendoza? And also, would you take Teddy B before Blake Bortles? if you had to redo this draft, were you able to redo this draft all over again? Below says I'll be partial. Greg says I'll take Teddy. Okay. Appreciate it. Yes, I take Greg. He done double down. Yes, I take. Hold on. Teddy B all day. Slim says, all right. I'm taking Teddy before Mendoza and Bartles and is put Bartles at number 2, and so Mendoza be number 3. Okay, I got you below. Teddy B all day. Okay. All right. For all those tuning in, this is the Turning Point. This is the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast. This is Come On In NFL on the Come On In Sports Network. I'm your host, Dolph Jackson, baby. Thank you all for being here. We're live on YouTube, baby, and we're live on Substack. Thank everybody for tuning in, saying hi on Substack. Your boy, Dolph, baby. I see you over there, baby. I see you. Thank you for being here. All right. Now, again, we just started, so let's go. That 2014 is now. What about this one? 2015. Jameis Winston. Marcus Mariota. Woo! I think Jameis still goes number 1. Listen, Marcus Mariota was nice and know what? That's it. I know I said Tim Tebow. That may be it right there. That may be the comp right there. Am I searching right now? Fernando Mendoza, Marcus Mariota. You put Fernando Mendoza in the 2015 draft. Does he go before Jameis or Marcus Mariota? Let me know in the chat. This is a good exercise. I'm enjoying this. Slim says, Greg says JW, Jameis Winston. Slim says J-Bo with the right coaching. Below Zero says, I got love for them boys from the South. If we ain't stealing reels of lobsters and shit. Let it go, man. It's been over a decade. Let it go, man. Oh man, that was funny. That was funny right there. So there we got it. There we have it. So I'm still going Jameis, man. And again, Marcus Mariota, man, hell of a college career argument, man. But he definitely the third quarterback. 2015 might have went just like this. And then Fernando Mendoza was in there. Probably been 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks in 15. Now let's go to 2016. Jared Goff, number 1 to the Rams. Jared Goff has been successful. He say what you want. I know he missed the pass. Everybody, he missed that. Jared Goff got the Rams to the Super Bowl. He's gotten the line. He's brought the lines back to respectability. He's got them all the way to the NFC Championship game. Carson Wentz, before his injury, ever since that injury in that injury that season of Carson Wentz, that year he was on an MVP pace. His career has never been the same. That derailed that young man's career. But he went number 2. Then you had Paxton Lynch. Fernando Mendoza definitely would have went before Paxton Lynch. Paxton Lynch coming out of Memphis, man. He was a strong arm quarterback. And that I think that's a lot of times what people fall in love with he's got a strong arm. But man, I was listening to Eli Manning the other day, man. And he was like, all of them can make all the throws. The thing is anticipation, and can you throw a receiver open? Can you throw the ball before he's out his cut? Can you throw him open? Accuracy, man. Accuracy matters, man. Okay. Oh, and here we go. I mentioned Mitchell Trubisky. He was the number 2 quarterback. Well, we know if they done this draft over, Patrick Mahomes will be number 1. So hell no, he ain't going in front of Patrick Mahomes. He in front of Mitchell Trubisky. Now, because of what has happened to the career of Deshaun Watson, but not hindsight, that didn't happen. So when we're looking at this draft, it didn't happen. What happened? Deshaun Watson or Fernando Mendoza as the second quarterback taken in the 2017 draft. Who you got, family? Mendoza or Watson? Don't go off what happened in the incident. Who you got? Below says, I got some love for God. He's solid. If he could do a little better at taking care of the ball. Yeah. So let me know who will go. All right. Slim says Watson. Okay, Slim says Watson go. Ain't a damn person touch Deshaun, but without knowing, I'll draft them. That's what we're saying. Below, you gotta let that go. Not even saying this him coming in. This him coming in for any of that happen. All right. Greg says Watson. So it would be Mahomes, Watson, and Mendoza, and everyone's in agreement that Trubisky would have been the full quarterback taken in that draft. All right. So let's keep it going then. I'm liking this. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's keep it going. Now, 2018. Woo! 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 Baker Mayfield went number 1. Got the Browns to the playoffs. Got the Browns back to respectability, and he got hurt, and they kicked the kid in the head. Sam Darnold. Everybody will say, well, you going off the Sam Darnold now? Yeah, no. They're coming in. Sam Darnold had a good college career. Sam Darnold came in with high hopes. So does he go in front of Sam Darnold? Josh Allen, number 7. And Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson at 32 has got to be one of the greatest draft day steals in the NFL. Man, it was a good draft, man. Because look at the 2018 draft, still going right now. Baker Mayfield revived his career in Cleveland. Sam Darnold revived his career in Minnesota and went a step forward, went to Seattle this year, baby, and led them to the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champion. No, he didn't win the Super Bowl. He wasn't the reason they won the Super Bowl. But damn it, he was the reason they got there because he dueled with Matthew Stafford in that NFC Championship game. So Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Josh Rosen. We know Josh Rosen's out there. So Fernando Mendoza would be the last quarterback pick in this draft because we just gonna take Josh Rosen out. It would. Hell, the best quarterback, right? You got 2 MVPs out this draft. Listen, you got two between them. You got 3 MVPs between Allen and Jackson. Baker Mayfield got the Browns to the playoffs, made them respectable again. Sam Darnold went to the Jets coming out of college. Who goes to the Jets and is successful over the last 2 decades? I'll wait. Maybe Chad Pennington. I like Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington probably the last good quarterback the Jets had. But just saying, this 2018 class, that's a good class. He's definitely the full quarterback in the 2018 quarterback class. What say you, family? Let's see. Baker 3, Darnold 4. Man, you can take Rosen out of the question, bro. Below 0 say Josh Allen, Lamar is hard to pass up. So I say 1, 2 interchangeable. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Below say not 4 rows and 5. My bad. I can't count without my damn shoe. I got you, bro. But listen, so yeah, he in that draft right there. Yeah, Mendoza is going number 5, hands down. Now 2019, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. Remember Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State QB? Where does Fernando go? Does he supplant? Will he supplant Kyler Murray as the number 1 pick here in the 2019 draft? Does he go before Daniel Jones? And before y'all just say, remember Daniel Jones that went to Indy. If he didn't get hurt, they probably made the playoff. Oh, by the way, Daniel Jones, though it ended bad with him and the Giants, he did lead the Giants to the playoffs, and he did get a win for the Giants, their last playoff victory. Since that was their first playoff victory since they won the Super Bowl. So Daniel Jones, he definitely gone before Haskins. So does he go 1, 2, or 3 in the 2019 draft? You the GM, who you taking? Each player coming in off their senior season of college football, who you taking? All right. Greg says, I'm taking Kyler Murray. That one is rough, and Haskins has a bomb. I believe he would draft higher than Mendoza. Woo! Okay. I'm taking Mendoza. Based off each of their senior seasons, I'm taking Mendoza over Haskins 10 out of 10 times. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. 2020. Remember everybody was saying in that old season before the 2020 draft, tank for tour. Man, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua shit. Justin Herbert, Jordan Love. Woo! I know what y'all saying. Yeah, he go. I already know a lot of y'all gone. You gonna say, yeah, he go before Tua. Does he? He damn sure ain't gone before Joe. Or does he? Man, if you can put those two teams against each other. 2020 LSU, 2019, 2020 Tigers, 2025, 2026 Indiana Hoosiers. Man. All right, so who we got? Where does he fit in here? Is he the 5th quarterback? Does he supplant Justin Herbert, Jordan Love? I think Jordan Love damn sure needs to be moved up from 26 if you redo this draft. I'm moving Jordan Love up the board. Yeah, Joe number 1, man. Joe number 1. Tua's in bad shape because his line gets him murdered. Yeah, he missed his T-Stead, man. Slim say, Slim, stop lying. No, I ain't say Daniel Jones first. Daniel Jones, think it back. Everyone, Daniel Jones or Duke, everybody like Daniel Jones for Duke. So Slim, okay, I respect my brother. Slim says Daniel Jones. He would have took Daniel Jones. Okay. He would have took Daniel Jones before. You took Daniel Jones. Hold on. You would have took Daniel Jones. Slim. Okay, I'm looking at the previous one because I'm like Daniel Jones, not even this one. Okay, I'm looking at the previous one. So you say Daniel Jones number 1 in 19, 2 or 3. All right, but in this one, who would he replace? Just be the 5th quarterback off the board in the first round. All these quarterbacks right now are playing. Joe Burrow has been to the Super Bowl, then what? John Love been to a conference championship game. Justin Herbert, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Tua looks like him and the Dolphins about to part ways. But again, this is about them coming into the league as rookies. Remember that Tua came from Alabama. Remember that team he came from. Remember what he was doing in college. Remember everyone was saying, what? Tank for Tua. Based off that, I would put Fernando forward here over Jordan Love coming in. Based off their senior seasons. I would put Fernando Mendoza. I would put him as the forward quarterback. Now you can flip it. I know a lot of you are looking at that too and say, I don't know, Dolph. I might. Hell, you could put John Love second. And then you could put Fernando third, truthfully and be told. I love Justin Herbert, but he got to bring it, man. You got to elevate. Now, 2021. It was Trevor Lawrence. Say what you want. Now, in this draft here, he clear cut number 2, bro. Is there any need for us to go on? Look at 2021. Trevor Lawrence below 0. We talked Zach Wilson, who they built up in this draft process. Zach Wilson did not deserve to go number 2. He was not ready to lead a franchise. They did not have a veteran in place for him to learn behind. And he just simply wasn't good enough. It's just that simple. Trey Lance, 49ers, colossal mistake. Justin Fields, looks like the Bears were not wrong. Did you see him with the Jets? He had his moments with the Steelers the year before, but then Mac Jones. Won Rookie of the Year. But it all went downhill after that. Until this past season when he got with Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers. A coach that actually wanted him when he was coming out. And you saw why. So he goes before Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. I'm sorry. Now, the debate is out of Mac Jones and Fernando Mendoza. You're the GM. You're making the call for your team. Trevor Lawrence is gone. These are the quarterbacks on the board right now. You need a quarterback. You're taking a quarterback. Will it be Zach Wilson? Will it be Trey Lance? Will it be Justin Fields? Will it be Mac Jones? Mac who? Mac Jones. Who will it be? All right, let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right. Oh, below 0 said, "Don't give me Lawrence Fields." You would take Trey Lance over Trey Lance coming into the NFL for his rookie season. You would take him before you take Fernando Mendoza coming in for his rookie season. Woo, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, brother. Hell, and I damn sure ain't got Trey Lance in front of Mac Jones. Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl. Mac Jones, Rookie of the Year. I may be stretching the rookie. Did Mac Jones? I know he made the Pro Bowl as a rookie. All right, Slim says, where at those, Slim? Trevor Lawrence is number 1. Trevor Lawrence is going number 1 regardless. So the thing is, Slim, would you put him 2, 3, or 4? Fields had that dual threat, but I can feel your thoughts, boy, including your boy I will put him 3. My bad. I was drafting. Well, Justin Fields, it was said by Justin Fields, he was limited coming out of college. It's just he would play with better talent. All right. Mendoza is not. Okay. Slim says 2 Mendoza. Okay. I got no problems with that, but I'm fine, y'all. I'm loving this. I'm loving this, family. All right. Let's keep it going. Now, 2022. Oh my God. Listen, what that was? 2016? When EJ Manuel was on 20, what EJ Manuel? 2013. 2013 and 2022. Here we go. All right, I got a good one. if in 2022 the top 2 quarterback prospects were Kenny Pickett and E.J. Manuel, who you selecting, family? Kenny Pickett was the only quarterback selected in 2022. And I still believe the Steelers forced that pick. Hometown kid, played at the University of Pittsburgh. Plus he had tools. First round, but you try to get that 5th-year option. So here we go. 2022, it's Fernando. Below say no doubt. Goes all the bull. Slim say none of them. I'm in free agency. Yeah. He said I'm going to free agency. I won't need the one of them, dog. I'm going into free agency, baby. I'm going into free agency. Dominique Butler, how you doing? Come on in. Thank you for being here. I see your baby Self-Stack family members in the building. Thank you for being here. Okay, now listen. This is a great project. I love this. All right, now let's go to 2023. Woo! Bryce Young just won the NFC South. Bryce Young just got the Panthers to the playoffs. I don't care how they got there. Say what we want. He got them to the playoffs. C.J. Stroud's been in the playoff every year since he's been in the league. And we already talked about Anthony Richardson. Just today, the coach have given him permission. For those who don't know, the coach have granted Anthony Richardson permission to find a trade partner for him. I don't believe they're going to find one, because if the coach and Anthony Richardson people are coming to you by the trade, what draft compensation are you willing to give up for Anthony Richardson when, if they don't get something that they like, 9 times out of 10, they just go release him. But in the 2023 draft, I can't put Mendoza before Stroud. Remember the Texas was before Stroud got there? Bryce Young has rebounded nicely. He's Anthony Richardson, just the promise of him, man. But again, less than 15 college starts. Mendoza has experience. I'm taking Mendoza before Anthony Richardson. Bryce Young coming out of college, C.J. Stroud coming out of college. Yeah, Mendoza for me in 2023, Mendoza would have been the 3rd quarterback off the board. What say you? Stroud at 1, Mendoza probably goes 2, Richardson 3, Young 4. Young would go 4. Oh, Bryce Young would go 4. Okay. Below also says Bryce fired back, but the size questions are the only reason I say that. Okay. Slim want to make it sure Dabo has a job. All right. Slim said, I'm going to free agency. That's still funny to me. All right, let's keep this thing going, man. Let's keep it going. 2024. Woo! Oh, we remember this draft. He ain't gone for Caleb Williams. He ain't gone before Jaden Daniels. Drake May was they were talking about Drake May, his junior, as being the #1 overall pick. Michael Penix Jr. He ain't gone before him. J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix. Based off his collegiate experience, and Bo kind of took he evolved when he went to Oregon, when he transferred to the Ducks. Yeah. Oh, this is hard. Michael, so between Penix, man, McCarthy, we could just take him out, man. He McCarthy be the last quarterback drafted out there 2024 class. He certainly shouldn't have went before Bo Nix. So 2024, family, who we got? Talk to me. 2024, who you got? 2024, below zero. Slim, who you got? Slays, I think the list is good, but McCarthy would drop if Mendoza was there. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah. McCarthy under right now, if you redo this draft 2 years ago and you put Fernando Mendoza in this draft, he definitely goes before J.J. McCarthy. He doesn't, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, he doesn't go before the top 3, before Williams, Daniels, and May. Could he go before Michael Penix Jr.? That's a debate. Bo Nix, that's a debate. I gotta put Bo Nix 4. So I would go Williams, Caleb Williams, Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, Fernando Mendoza, and any quarterback in the first round not named J.J. McCarthy. That's just me. All right. That's a tough question. Yeah, I guess it depends on scheme and what type of quarter QB works in your scheme. Man, there was a lot of talent in that class, man. That's the future of the league right there. That class right there, future of the league. All right, let's keep it going. We wind this thing down, baby. 2025 last year, in the first round. Does Fernando go last year? Would he have went before Cam Ward or Jackson Dort? Last year. Remember, he was under the radar. But you give kudos to that kid. He got an opportunity. He took full advantage of it. Full advantage of it. And look at him now. So, 2025, family, give it to me. Who you taking? Cam Ward, Jackson Dort, Fernando Mendoza. Where does he go? Is Fernando Mendoza the clear #1 overall selection last year over Cam Ward? Would he have definitely went before Jackson Dort? I don't know. Would he have went in the first round? All right, let's see. Let's see what we're thinking. You think Mendoza #1 last year too? Okay. I think Mendoza would go 1 here if you compare apples to apples. Gotcha. Greg says Dort. He was okay. You got Dort first. Okay. So you would have took Dort #1 last year overall over Cam Ward. Okay. I have no gripes. Hey, that's why we do this. That's why we do these exercises, man. All right. Now let's get back. Let's finish reading up this article. Then we go getting into some more news from around the league, man. So getting back to the article, because we had a debate. And finally, just close out like this. History tells us, family, one thing, experience matters. So here's the real question. Are teams evaluating quarterbacks, or are they repeating the same mistakes we've already seen with players drafted after 15 starts or less? Because buyer's remorse doesn't show up on draft night, it shows up 2 years later. Zach Taylor, Paxton Lynch, J.J. McCarthy, Johnny Manziel, Kenny Pickett. Let's look at the list. We just want to list. Dwayne Haskins, Josh Rosen, Mitchell Trubisky, E.J. Manuel, Brandon Wheaton, Kristen Ponder, Josh Freeman, Brady Quinn, so I'm just saying, family. All right. So again, that's there on our Substack page. Follow your boy Dolph at Substack. I'm over there, man. We got videos up. We got articles. We're staying pretty busy over there. Substack, man. That's gonna be our new home, man. We there to stay on Substack, man. Great platform. Great writers over there. It's not just sports writers over there, man. There are authors over there. Just a great platform, great site, man. Y'all need to check it out. Make sure you check your boy out. Subscribe and follow your boy Dolph over there on Substack, baby. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this. All right. All right, family. So now let's go around the NFL. Get some notes and news. What's going on around the NFL right now? All right. So we talked about the salary cap. The 2026 salary cap is set at $301.2 million for the upcoming season. That's a $22 million increase from 2025. So that's good news. It's on the lower end. It was projected to be anywhere between 301 million to 305 million. So it's at the lower end of 301 million. But nevertheless, it's a $22 million increase. Man, the NFL continues, man. They just continue, man, to make bread, man, to make that money, man. All right, so some more news from around the Cowboys, of course. They put the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens today. The tag on Pickens is set at $27,298,000. That's according to NFL insider Tom Pelissero. Now they have until July 15th to negotiate a long-term deal. I, for one, believe they tagged them in hopes of working out a deal. In fact, I'm hearing that both sides want to get a deal done. Look for a deal to get done. If not before July 15th, I believe it gets done before the season. Pickens will sign a long-term deal with the Cowboys. Man, him and CD Lamb, man, one of the top tandems in the National Football League. So CD Lamb, Cowboys, they franchise tag George Pickens today. Now, Giants GM Joe Sheen expects big things this year from former number one pick Kayvon Thibodeau. Now, there are a lot of trade chatters going on about Thibodeau. Will the Giants hold on to the pass rusher? Now, they did at last year's trade deadline. Now, he's entering his 5th year of his rookie contract. The Giants are slated to pay him $14.7 $14,751,000 this year. Now, if the Giants is to trade him, his value won't be higher. Now, I mean, right now, listen, they got Brian Burns. They got Abdul Carter. Now, could they add Orville Reese? Could they add Ruben Bain? Kevon Thibodeau could be on the trading block. There's a lot of things going on. Again, this is where all these trades get set up during the season, when you got everybody together at the combine in Indianapolis. All right, so that's some more. That's one thing to watch. Now, I heard Fernando Mendoza today, man, on Outside the Chains on NFL Sirius Radio. You can't help but like the kid. The kid, he's likable. He's lovable. He's a football player. He's the type of kid you want on your team. He's the type of player you want leading your team. I just don't believe, right? I don't feel like he's a 10 to 12 year starter leading your franchise to success. I could be wrong. Hell, I hope I'm wrong. Now, Fernando said that if he was to go to the Raiders, and then if he was to go to the Raiders and be mentored by Tom Brady, that would mean so much to him. Listen, right now to me, the Raiders not even on the clock. Right now, the Jets are on the clock. The draft starts at 2. What are they going to do? If you're a Saints fan, or if you're a fan of a team that needs defensive help, you need impact player, you're hoping that there are at least 2 or even 3 offensive linemen taken within the first 6 to 7 picks. Let's say 2. You're hoping at least 2 offensive linemen get selected within the first 7 picks. Now, for my who that's out there, all the mock draft, everybody's saying Jeremiah Love. Listen, I would love to have him. But I don't think he's going to be there. I think the Jets are going to, if the Jets don't take a lineman, I think they're going to scoop him up. And I don't think it gets past the Titans. Think about it. If you're the Titans, you got a young quarterback. You don't really have a go-to number 1 receiver at the moment. You don't have a consistent running game. But if you give him you give him Jeremiah Love. You put Jeremiah Love with Cam Ward. You have a good offseason in the free agent market, and you have a solid draft. Look out. They got to build around their young quarterback. Cam Ward's good. He has a chance to be good. He has a chance to be special. They got to build around him, though. They got to build around him. Just like they got to build around Tyler Shook in New Orleans. And all indication is that's what the Saints intend to do. All right, let's get back to news around the NFL. Fernando Mendoza said he would love to be a Raider. He would love to be tutored. Now, man, what in the hell is going on in Atlanta? Players and coaches have lost their damn mind. You cannot make this up. They got the coach threatening woman, saying that you heard it by now. Cowboy, if you're still listening, man, give me some news about, man, what's it like in A-Town right now? What's it like in Atlanta right now? You're going through a coaching change. A player that you gave up draft capital for, a player that came through for you. 10 sacks as a rookie. Now he does what he does. He won't be playing this year. He won't be playing this year. And now you got a coach who's implicated in what he's implicated in. Man. What in the hell is going on with that organization? You know what they say? One bad apple spoils a bunch. You got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of them. That's my boy Cowboy. Complete chaos, does complete. Man, I sat there and I'm like, I had to look at it twice. Then they had the transcript of what he was saying. I'm like, dude, really? And look, this is Cowboy. Let me know. Am I mistaken? Is this less than what, 2 weeks or 3 weeks from the other incident? Man, said you gonna be all right. I mean, I ain't like you. Let Tom Brady bust your ass in the big dance with the huge lead. Ouch. Who you talking? Who you talking? Oh man, everybody, man. That's Henneke Slim, man. Boy, y'all just never miss an opportunity to troll, boy. I tell you. But listen, family, I wanna again, man, I wanna thank everybody, man, who's over on Substack, man, for tuning in. This is your boy Dolph Jackson. This is the Turning Point. This is your juice of the day. Brought to you by the Come On In Sports Network, baby. I'm gonna be back each and every Friday, baby. We back, baby. Dolph is back on Fridays. We gonna have talks like this. But before I gotta get out of here, at the beginning, I told you there was something that was troubling me. I told you all that there was something that was bothering me. And what was troubling me and what is bothering me is this. Why has the running back position been so disrespected, so devalued as of late? Think about it. And that's why I asked the question at the beginning. If you are a GM, what is your job as a GM? Your job is to what? To secure the best talent possible for your team. Am I wrong about that? I would say I'm not, right? I'm not wrong about that. So, and it went into what I was talking about earlier about when they were saying that Mendoza was the best overall player in the 2026 draft. He ain't better than Jeremiah Love. He's not a better overall prospect than Jeremiah Love. He's not. So, but getting back to the running back, I hear people saying that they will not draft Jeremiah Love in the top 5. You can't take a running back at 5. You can't do it. You can't do it. I understand talent, but you can't do it. They said you can't take him in running back in the first round. Can't. Nigga B. John Robinson. Does he make a difference for the Falcons? Does Jamil Gibbs make a difference for the Lions? Has Christian McCaffrey not made a difference for the Panthers and the 49ers? Has not Saquon Barkley made a difference for the Giants and the Eagles? I say that to say that running backs matter. Some of the greatest of all time with the Yellow Jackets, baby, they toted that pig. I understand today is running back by committee for the most part, but you still got those special You still got those unique, one of a kinds running backs in the league, and those who are coming into the league. If I'm a GM and my board is set up and me and my scouts are talking, and we've been talking and we've been setting this board up for the last 2 years, 3 years, and we know without a question of a doubt, it's universally agreed upon. Jeremiah Love is arguably the best overall football player in this game, in this draft. Then there's Caleb Downs to me. Then there's Sonny Styles, Orville Reese, Ruben Bain, Fernando Mendoza. So those are Fernando won't start. Oh, he did hate on Fernando. He put him in there. I'm talking about running backs though. You select the best player, the best football player. B. John Robinson. He was the best football player. Falcons got him. Y'all remember how I was beating the table, what I was saying about Jamil Gibbs when he was coming out? Was I not saying he was another version of Elvin? Did I not say this kid was going to be special? Did I not say I would love him in black and gold? Did I not say whatever team he goes to, he was going to be special? And damn it, has he not been that for the Lions? You better believe he has. You better believe he has. So running backs matter. It's about talent, acquiring talent. Most importantly, man, just get good football players. If I could get a good football player, I don't care what position he is. When it's my time to select and I'm on that board, I want the best football player, hands down. Hands down. The best football player. That's what I want. Hands down, family. All right, family, let's go do it for the night show. It's your boy, Dolph Jackson. This is Come On In NFL. This is your juice of the day. Brought to you by the Come On In Sports Network. Want to thank my family for being in here. I see you, baby. I see you. Thanks to Below Zero. Thanks to Slim Salt. Thanks to Greg. That Raging Cajun was in the building, baby. Thanks to Cowboy, host of Atlanta Falcons Fandemic and a member of the Come On In Sports Network. Thank you, my brother. Great job. Everyone being in here, man. Who I'm missing? I'm trying not to miss nobody. I got my boy Greg, the Raging Cajun, is in the building. There was somebody, a couple more that came through. I saw in the chat, man. If I Randy Major, Randy, thank you for being here, baby. Appreciate you. Who else was in the building today, baby? Big Sean, 1234. Thank you, my brother, for being in the building. Mr. Diablo was in the building. What's going on? That's my boy, Mr. Diablo. He be, what's up, Gramps? Call me Unc, man. I'm Unc, baby. I'm Unc. All right, man. But listen, family, great show. Thank y'all. And listen, we'll be back next Friday night. Keep those notification bells on for shows. I might do something Sunday. I'm not sure yet. But looking to get back, man, to being live every Friday night, man. Get our Friday nights back live and popping, baby. It's time to get it popping. Got some big things. Like I said, we're now on Substack. Follow us over there on Substack, family. Let me go to that home page. So you can follow us over there. Matter of fact, let's do it like this. Man, also, man, I want to shout out to my brother John P. Butler. Y'all know him, man. St. John Butler, man. St. John, man, because he's the Saints historian, NFL historian, New Orleans Saints historian, man. He does a great job, man. John is also now on Substack, man. And St. John, man, is coming aboard, man. He will be a member of the Come On In Sports Network, man. So look, me and John, we're gonna work on trying to do a show together and trying to get you some of your favorite Saints from the past, man, and today, and just talking the history of New Orleans Saints football and the history of the National Football League. Remember, everybody's welcome, baby, because the doors are what? The doors are now open. So all you got to do, baby, is what? Come on in. All right, and again, here's the channel. There it is. That's the page on Substack. All you got to do, baby, is follow your boy Dolph over there on Substack. All right, and again, that's my page, man. I got videos. That's the page on Substack. All you got to do, baby, is follow your boy Dolph over there, man. Follow your boy. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. It's free. That's the page on Substack. You know what I'm saying? Follow your boy Dolph over there, man. Follow your boy. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Come on over, family. We over there on Substack. Help grow that community over there. Again, thank everybody on Substack. Dominique Butler, thank you for being there. We appreciate that community. Dominique held it down on Substack the entire show for us. We really appreciate it, Dominique. But listen, family, we about to get on out of here again. I want you all to have a great evening. Stay safe, family. And remember, family, like always, the doors are now open. So come on in. See you later, family. Have a good night.
The Come On In Sports Network.